Just ahead on CTV News.
A county council member is charged with embezzlement. I'm Byron Scott. We'll have that story coming up.
Plus, the county's fire department is reaching out to young women in Prince George's.
With temperatures skyrocketing into the high 90s for the next several days, how should drivers care for their vehicles? I'm Katara Jones in Gambros. I'll have all those details coming up on CTV News.
Those stories and more on CTV News.
Good evening, this is CTV News for June 21st. I'm Mariah Jalad. Thanks for joining us. A former Prince George's council member has been charged with embezzlement. Mel Franklin served on council for 14 years before he abruptly stepped down last week. Byron Scott has our story.
Last week, Mel Franklin resigned after 14 years on county council. Yesterday, he was charged with embezzlement, and today the people are weighing in.
I was like, no, Mel, not you.
Shock and disbelief among county residents upon learning that longtime council member Mel Franklin has been charged with embezzlement.
I heard about it on TV, and I was like, man, really? You know, he seemed like such a good guy.
Investigators say between 2020 and 2023, Franklin embezzled $124,000 from his campaign committee, Friends of Mel Franklin, by transferring the funds to his personal bank account. Investigators say he used the money to pay off loans, debts, rent, and cosmetic procedures.
Oh, it's wrong. He should get punishment the same as everyone else, probably double, because he knew better.
Investigators say Franklin orchestrated a similar scheme from 2021 to 2023, embezzling another $8,700 and using that money for hotel stays and a deposit on an international trip. And your reaction?
I was surprised because he's been a councilman for a long time, and he's done some, you know, I've not heard any bad things about him, working with the council and everything, and I just really am disappointed in him.
There was a 2016 drunk driving incident where Franklin crashed his county vehicle into another car. Investigators say rather than reporting his expenses, Franklin falsified information on reports filed with the Maryland State Board of Elections. And your first reaction was?
Oh my God, what in the world?
Councilmember Calvin Hawkins is a longtime colleague.
My thoughts about what's going on with Councilmember Mel Franklin is devastating, but as the Christian that I am, I'm more concerned now with ensuring that he maintains and get through all of this. I'm non-judgmental. The facts are the facts, but for me, as someone that worked with him, I want to be there if he needs someone to talk to, encourage him. But I'm not judging what has occurred because those will play out in a court of law.
Efforts to reach Franklin were unsuccessful. As for what's next, he has an initial court appearance set for July 8th. At the County Administration Building, Byron Scott, CTV News.
Thanks, Byron. The U.S. Supreme Court rules to uphold a federal gun control law that intends to protect victims of domestic violence. The justices ruled 8-1 in favor of a ban on firearms for people under restraining orders to stay away from their spouses or partners. The case USA versus Rahimi originated in Texas, and in a joint statement with the state's advocacy project, Maryland Legal Aid applauded the court for its decision. The organization says the decision prioritizes the safety and protection of domestic violence survivors. And President Joe Biden is taking executive action to protect undocumented spouses of American citizens, a move that would shield about 500,000 immigrants from deportation. The new policy would allow non-citizens who have been in the country for at least 10 years and are married to a U.S. citizen and their children to apply for permanent residence without leaving the country. The immigrant rights advocacy group CASA says this move will provide long-term relief to those affected families.
Executive action, there's many of these folks who've been here, like I said, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, who would have had to leave the U.S., be processed outside of the country, and many of them, due to the way that they came into the U.S., would be barred from returning up to 10 years, right? So they would be forced this 10-year separation from family members that they were trying to do things the quote unquote the right way. So this really provided a long-term relief for folks who've been married, started families, been long part of our communities, right, have the opportunity to do things, quote unquote, the right way.
The executive order will go into effect later this summer. Prince George's police are investigating a fatal shooting that took place in Landover last night. When police arrived, 33-year-old Michael Thomas was found suffering from gunshot wounds on the 2500 block of Kent Town Place. He was taken to a nearby hospital and pronounced dead. Detectives are working to identify a suspect and a motive. Anyone with information is asked to contact police at 301-516-2512. And 2 suspects are charged with fatally stabbing 45-year-old Terrence Savoy. 54-year-old Franklin McCall Jr. and 52-year-old Carlson McCall are in police custody following the attack of Savoy. Officers responded to the 6100 block of Old Silver Hill Road on Tuesday after 6 p.m. for the report of a cutting. Police found Savoy suffering from trauma, and he was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Investigators say the suspects attacked the victim during an argument. And it looks like the extreme hot weather is here to stay, but are you prepared for it? Governor Wes Moore signed a state of preparedness declaration yesterday. Moore is calling on Marylanders to stay hydrated by drinking lots of water during these next couple of hot days. Remember to never leave children or pets inside a parked car. Also, limit your time doing activities outdoors and try to wear light-colored and loose-fitting clothing. And preparing your car for extreme heat is just as important as in the bitter cold. CTV's Katara Jones speaks to the experts at AAA about car care on hot days.
The scorching summer heat has finally reached the Washington metro region, and these hot days can definitely have an impact on your vehicle. In fact, here in Maryland, AAA emergency roadside crews responded to almost 164,000 requests for car help last summer. CTV News spoke to the folks at AAA in Gambrels to talk about the important areas of a car drivers should pay attention to on super hot days.
The coolant is responsible for keeping the vehicle cool, the internal engine, the water pump, which helps the vehicle stay on. The seals in there, they have to have coolant flushes in them so they can operate properly. The coolant hoses that are attached to the actual cooling system, want to make sure those hoses aren't brittle, they're not soft, and that the coolant lines themselves are strong. With your tires, being that the heat dissipates inside of tires as we travel, you want to make sure you have enough air pressure, which is called PSI in our terms, to have enough air in the tire so the tires stay properly balanced on the road as we're driving. So you want to make sure that the tread on the tires are even. They get rotated every 6 months or 6,000 miles. The heart of the vehicle is the oil. Engine oil, you want to keep that based on your manufacturer's specified viscosity, which is your grade of oil. You want to do your oil change every 6 months or 6,000 miles, depending on how much you're driving. The oil can affect your timing if it's not done properly before the summer hits. It can also affect the sluggishness of the vehicle. Your air filter should be changed out with your oil change so that the vehicle can breathe as the vehicle is being driven. So oil is the main component to keep that engine running.
On hot summer days like today, a lot of families want to load up their car and head to the beach. But before you do that, AAA wants to recommend that everyone do a simple walk around your vehicle. You want to make sure that your car is ready for the long distance ahead, but also these hot summer days. In Gambrels, Katara Jones, CTV News.
AAA also recommends that drivers keep a fully stocked emergency kit in their cars. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Mariah Jalad. Still to come, a local nonprofit is hosting food distributions throughout the county.
Thousands of summer meals are being distributed here in Capitol Heights, Maryland. I'm Bryce Parker. Got the story coming up next on CTV News.
We are the nation's largest integrated healthcare system, providing life-changing care to over 9 million veterans.
Our hands are busy. Competent, skilled, healing, helping, and friendly. A place where diverse teams come together hand in hand to provide full patient-centered care. Working in state-of-the-art facilities with influential leaders in healthcare, all with a single goal in mind: to help veterans heal, recover, and get their lives back in a place where everyone plays a part. and where your efforts are truly appreciated. A place so innovative and forward-thinking that we're rebuilding hands, and where even robots lend a hand.
Join hands with us. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov.
Our connections make powerful things happen, uniting individuals and communities. We are Rotary. We are people of action. With over 1 million members, we know what people can do when they come together. Around the world, generations of leaders build new friendships and solve problems, turning great ideas into reality. Take action with us. Find out more at rotary.org/action.
Hi, I'm the Big C. Hey, look at this beautiful couple. I knew as soon as I said that, I was like, don't say it, don't assume. Did you know more than 2 people die from skin cancer every hour?
Oh man.
It's a bummer, but the good news is skin cancer is a cancer you can see, so you can go get checked. You can check each other regularly, make it romantic. Turns out I'm a matchmaking mirror. You're welcome. Love might be in the air.
A Hyattsville woman has been indicted in the death of 2 elementary students in Riverdale Park. The suspect is 51-year-old Olga Luga Jimenez. As we reported in November of last year, 2 children, 5-year-old Sky Sosa and 10-year-old Shalom Mba, were walking in a crosswalk near Riverdale Park Elementary School when they were struck by Jimenez. Sosa and Mba died later at a hospital. Jimenez faces 2 counts of criminal negligent manslaughter, among other charges. And after 10 years, the state's Committee on Rules of Practice and Procedure have voted to expand the jury selection process. The committee made a unanimous vote to amend the rules on the expansion of the voir dire yesterday. Maryland attorneys will now be able to ask questions to prospective jurors during the jury selection process. Current Maryland law has the questioning process led by a judge in the case. The amended rules will still need to be approved by the Maryland Supreme Court. And with summer here and school out, kids are spending much more time at home. 4.6 million kids in the country live in homes with access to an unlocked or unsupervised gun. And half of the weeks in the year with the most unintentional shootings by children are in summer. Today is Ask Day, which stands for Asking Saves Kids. The day encourages parents to ask one more question before their kids visit other households. Is there an unlocked gun in your home? The simple question could save a life. Prince George's police offered some tips on keeping your home safe with firearms in the house.
Keep the gun out of reach and sight of children by storing them securely. Store your guns unloaded and secured with gun locks in a locked container, again out of sight and reach of children. Also, make sure you store your ammunition separately from the gun in another locked, secure compartment. Another big aspect of keeping your home safe is having conversations with your children. Teach kids that if they see or find a gun, that they are to immediately report that to an adult.
On average, 8 kids are injured or killed by unintentional shootings every day. And Governor Wes Moore announces the launch of a new healthcare assistance team known as HCAT. HCAT is a resource that provides Marylanders with easy access to healthcare. Trained staff members will directly assist consumers in navigating challenges with mental health, substance use disorders, and all things healthcare. HCAT promises to respond to consumer questions within 1 business day. You can get in touch with HCAT directly at 410-468-2442. And school is out, but what does that mean for children who depended on consistent school meals? Jacob's Ladder Youth Foundation is helping to make sure no child is left hungry this summer. CTV's Bryce Parker has the story.
It's very important. Folks are hurting, folks are hungry, households are hungry. So it's very important that we address these food insecurities.
School is officially out for the summer. For some children, this is a time for vacation, but for others, their guaranteed meal for the day has been discontinued.
Kids really can't concentrate in school. Without food and the lack of food, it really, affects diseases, households. Just everything when it comes down to a lack of food.
That is where Jacob's Ladder Youth Foundation comes in. offering a helping hand by delivering meals to the community.
It's very important that we help the community. Being able to provide meals for families is very important, and just all the amazing things that Jacob Ladder does is just amazing. So I just could not say no to this opportunity.
Jacob's Ladder Youth Foundation has been here at Faith Temple in Capitol Heights, Maryland since 10 a.m. this morning, all to ensure that every child in Prince George's County has something on their plate.
And you can see the turnout. You can see the need for foods. You can see how folks really look forward to this food. So we're just glad that Faith Temple is one of our partners.
We know that we are reaching out to the neighborhood to be of support, not only for the church membership, but to make sure that our neighbors have plenty of food and things that they need.
450 meals were passed out today, and Jacob's Ladder is not slowing down anytime soon.
We're going to distribute over 380,000 grocery boxes and prepared meals. Just this weekend alone, we're going to distribute 13,500 meals.
And it's all made possible by volunteers, young and old, coming together to help their fellow neighbors.
If there's any way that you can help in any type of way, just go out, put yourself out there, network, and make connections.
Bryce Parker, CTV News.
Jacob's Ladder Youth Foundation has been serving this community since 2016. To volunteer or help support, you can contact the email below. And still to come on CTV News, a camp teaching women what it takes to become a firefighter. Plus,
I'm here at Six Flags America as they unveil their newest realm, Steamtown. I'll tell you what to expect tonight on CTV News.
Why is just a starting line, for the true self blooms only when we find our purpose. What makes us tick? Below the surface. My why is diversity and unity, a safe space in my community. Living with sincerity, giving every day my everything. With my why, I stand strong, seen and supported all along. For some, their why is a summer under stars, memories and moments, connections near and far. Why is the before work hustle, an after school home, a section of my block, a corner to call my own. Our reason why is united, undivided, seeking understanding. Here, a handshake is a promise. All our hearts are dancing. Laughing is our song. It's kinship, friendship, tide rising with the ship. It's a million faces in a mirror, and everyone belongs. Find your why for a better us.
I'm the Big C.
What is the Big C?
I'm here to tell you about skin cancer. Skin cancer is the cancer you can see. If we see something new, changing, or unusual, that could be skin cancer.
Is there skin cancer on me right now?
I'm not a dermatologist, but you know who is?
Yeah.
Your dermatologist. You gotta get checked, girl.
Do I?
Yes! Everybody has to get checked. See the Big C today.
As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation, but blood is needed to save the lives of people who are sick with a range of illnesses. It's easy and safe to give. If you are in good health, please donate. We need heroes now. Visit redcrossblood.org to schedule an appointment.
welcome back. Did you know less than 10% of firefighters in the country are women? Prince George's County Fire Department wants to encourage girls to pursue careers in fire safety and emergency services. For the second year, the department will host Camp Embers this weekend, a summer camp that teaches girls aged 14 to 18 all the skills firefighters use on a daily basis. And the girls will learn skills they can use in every part of life.
We have different activities geared towards teaching them kind of what we do in operations. We have forcible entry. We'll teach them basic hose line deployment and how we would put a fire out. We'll teach them confidence through taking them through a maze, something similar to what we do in the training academy to teach us how to trust ourselves, trust our gear, and go through a fire with no visibility. watching the girls come in, being a little bit afraid, not really sure what was going to happen, and seeing them walk out with the confidence. We had so many girls requesting to come back for the next year. We had many girls looking to pursue a career, also some girls looking to be volunteers if they weren't old enough to apply just yet. So we're just excited to see them grow. In only the 2 short days that we have them, we've seen these young ladies blossom.
And if you didn't know, Prince George's Fire Chief Tiffany Green is the first female fire chief in the county. What a great role model for those girls. And the United States is suing computer software company Adobe. The Justice Department alleges that Adobe hid early cancellation fees and trapped consumers in pricey subscriptions. In a complaint filed on Monday, the DOJ claims Adobe has harmed consumers by enrolling them in its default, most lucrative subscription plan without clearly disclosing important plan terms. Samuel Levine, director of the FTC Bureau of Consumer Protection, said in a statement, Americans are tired of companies hiding the ball during subscription sign-up and then putting up roadblocks when they try to cancel. And Six Flags America is a well-known amusement park with 27 locations in the U.S., Canada, and Mexico. For those who visited the Prince George's County location, there's a new storyline and signature attraction to take advantage of this summer. CTV's Sierra Jackson stopped by the amusement park for a sneak peek of their new realm.
We are so excited for the 2024 season. This is our biggest park investment in over 2 decades. Not only did we just open our new Rip Curl Blaster water coaster just a month ago, but Steamtown is an amazing. So we have the all-new Steam Whirler Family Thrill Ride, and we have 3 reimagined attractions, including Professor Screamore's Skywinder, our signature coaster experience that we're all known for. The best way to visit Six Flags America is with a 2024 season pass.
What's going on, sports fans? I've got an exciting sports page for you lined up today as I recap the Bowie Bay Sox game versus the Altoona Curve last night, and the Maryland men's basketball squad gets another commit from the transfer portal. Don't go anywhere.
Do you want to go grab some frozen yogurt tonight?
Maybe another time. Thanks, though.
Hey, Charles, how do you like your burger?
Ooh, well done, I hope. I love this tree. Hey, honey. We thought we'd try something new.
Family art hour.
Come on, sit down.
Okay, guys, what do you think? That is you.
Oh, you got jokes. You're funny.
That is you, and that is your son, and your other son. Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
For over 100 years, Rotary members have taken action when challenges arise. We know what people can do when they come together and put others before themselves.
The team lead said they will continue the campaign to fight against the coronavirus.
Local Rotary clubs deliver food and supplies to people in need.
Strangers become friends, helping hands multiply, and problems turn into solutions. We are Rotary. We are people of action. Learn more at rotary.org/action.
All right, everyone, grab a seat because it's time for your Friday Sports Page. We start first with some highlights from the world of minor league baseball. Bay Sox fans all gathered at Prince George's Stadium last night to watch their favorite minor league team match up against the Altoona Curve. Starting with the first inning, while the Bay Sox did go scoreless, so did Altoona thanks to nice plays on defense by Bowie, like these two catches from the outfield. One by number 4, Judd Fabian, and another one courtesy of number 26, Dylan Beavers. But in the bottom of the second inning, Bowie was able to get their first run of the game as this hit from first baseman T.T. Bowens resulted in an RBI as Fabian was able to make it to home plate and tie the game at 1-1. And soon after, Bowens was able to score a run to put the team ahead 2-1 thanks to this nice hit from outfielder John Rhodes. Now to the third inning, catcher Samuel Basayo made a nice play to get to second base just in time to avoid an out. And that set up a big play as this hit by Fabian again resulted in another RBI as Basayo got to home plate and now Bowie was up 3-1 on Altoona. The Sox failed to score in the fourth inning, but in the fifth, the offense came alive again as this triple hit by Fabian resulted in another RBI for his team. While Bowie had a lead over the Curve through most of the game, Altoona eventually tied the game and won it in extra innings as they took down Bowie 10-8. Bowie and Altoona will match up again tomorrow at 6:35. Now to the major leagues, the Baltimore Orioles were in action yesterday against the New York Yankees, and the Birds routed New York in record-breaking fashion as Baltimore's 17-5 win is the most runs the team has scored since 2021. And it was also the third time the Birds scored that many runs against the Yankees. The Orioles won the series 2-1 and will now shift their focus to their next series against the Houston Astros, beginning today at 8:10. Moving on to college hoops, the Terps men's basketball team has added more talent to their roster as former Memphis guard Jaylon Young has committed to play in College Park this fall. Young averaged 2 points, a rebound, 1 assist, and almost a steal a game for the Tigers. Young is the 5th transfer that has joined the Terps this offseason. And wrapping up sports, the Washington Mystics will try and get their 3rd win of the season tomorrow. Washington will take the court against the Dallas Wings at home at 3 o'clock. And that wraps up your Friday sports page. Simon Bugs, CTV Sports.
Thanks, Simon. Now let's get a look at our 3-day weather forecast. Tonight will be mostly clear with a low of 74. Saturday will be nice and sunny with a high of 98. Sunday, we're going to reach a high of 99 and a low of 76, but expect showers and heavy thunderstorms after 8 p.m. Monday, we'll have a high of 93, but those storms are sticking around throughout the day, so keep those umbrellas handy. And now for a look at our community calendar, Grammy Award-winning singer Corinne Bailey Rae will be at the MGM National Harbor tomorrow night. Rae is most known for her 2006 single Put Your Records On. She'll be gracing the stage at 8 p.m. at the MGM Theater. For more information or for tickets, visit Ticketmaster.com. And that wraps up CTV News for now. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again Monday. Good night.